I'm going to introduce board members and committee members. I'm going to introduce Tim Doherty, Trailside Parent. He's also the president for the executive committee of the PTO. He's going to speak to the overall executive budget, Fox River's PTO budget, and then he's going to introduce some representatives from a couple of the other buildings that describe their budgets. And just give a very brief overview of the budget and their planned programming for the school year.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Just to review real quickly, I think everybody here is aware that the Waterford PTO is kind of in a transitional year, going from a very centralized kind of management to giving schools the individual option of operating more independently. So given that, the presentation tonight, because the 3 elementaries have elected to operate their finances and to operate more on an independent basis with the board of directors, they will be presenting their individual budgets. So just wanted to make sure everybody understood why they changed a little bit of format. The elementaries, like I said, are independent. What I want to just review with you real quickly or answer any questions is in regards to the executive board budget and the Fox River budget, which is still managed by the executive board. Speaking to the executive board budget first, you'll probably notice that it is significantly reduced from what might have been previously. I think that goes along with the model that we're trying to follow, and probably will be in a similar vein, as far as dollar amounts in the future. Again, there's really just general categories. The specific allotments, I think we're looking at how we budget and how we identify budget items. So maybe in the future we need to be more specific as far as identifying specific costs, but I think this does, at least for this year, still allow a lot of flexibility when we're trying to resolve how we're going forward. The executive board budget is at $1,500. Any questions on that at all that I could answer? The Fox River budget is similar to what it has been in the past, which is $5,000, not 500, which I typo there, so sorry for that. So it is $5,000. Again, with some general categories that have existed in the past with approximate expenditures as they've been used in the past. I don't think there's anything new or different that's within those categories. Any questions in reviewing that? Again, I'm going to be asking each of the individual schools to review their budgets, starting with Evergreen School. And I think what I hope that you'll hear from the representatives also is the level of responsiveness, parent involvement, which is extremely impressive from what I have heard of each of the elementaries. I think the impression I've gotten, and I'm speaking personally, is that this kind of independence, if you will, has really fostered a lot of enthusiasm and responsiveness by parents. So hopefully you'll get that same impression tonight. So Evergreen is up first. Debbie Whitman will speak.
Okay, for this year we have a $7,703.19 budget. I have allotted each teacher $100. We have 17 teachers, and that is $1,700. We have 4 other teachers, gym, art, and music, which is also an additional $100 each for $400. And we have 3 new teachers, which in the past they have been given $100 for room setups, so I honored that as well. So we had an additional $300 added in, and we had a new guidance counselor and early childhood teacher come in, and we allotted them each $50 for room setups. So that was $100. WKCE snacks were $100 budgeted. Gotcha prizes for kindergarten through 2nd grade were for 6 teachers were $40 each at $240. I I budgeted $575 for the anti-bullying assembly, which the executive board ended up paying for. The teacher's luncheon for conferences, I budgeted $150 for conferences, and for Teacher Appreciation Week and staff, $250. New this year, we're going to have a Grandparents' Day, and I budgeted $200 for that. Kindergarten graduation, 2 teachers at $75 each. Walk to School Day, we purchased a little bit more expensive cinch bags than the rest. Can you hold that up? Granola bars, bottles of water. We had incentive prizes and the Brewers Racing sausages, and I budgeted at $4.15 per student. We have the renewal of the movie license this year at $375. The memorial bench, the money we raised last year, which was carried over into this year's budget, was $316.25. The balance was paid by the executive board, which they had indicated they were going to do when this came up. I budgeted $350 for teachers and staff gifts. Concession startup would be $100, and that's for like movie nights. PTO needs postage, ink, paper, such for box tops, which becomes kind of costly. I estimated at $88.94. Last year I started box tops contests, and I raised over $3,000 in box tops alone. I bought a PTO camera this year that remains in our school at all times to access for any events, so that we can put it on our website. I had a gentleman design PayPal and all the major credit cards we accept. We have orders for Wimpy Kid on our website, donations for Walk to School Day, donations to sign up and be a voting member, volunteer forms, and other things that he has put on there for us. That was $350, money well spent. We already earned that all back. Building needs, calendars and papers was $200, and any other incentives that we may need that will come out of monies from the concession stands that we earn from movie night or bake sales. Any questions?
I got a question, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna let everybody else go through first before I think it might be a Tim question. So I'll wait.
Okay.
Let's